Number 10. Dirty thunderstorms. Lightning is scary enough coming from a rain cloud, but a dirty thunderstorm or volcanic lightning is straight out of a nightmare. This doesn't happen during a typical rain. It occurs during violent volcanic eruptions. As the volcano spews out tons of ash and rock, these particles collide at incredible speeds, creating massive amounts of static electricity. The result is a chaotic display of giant bolts dancing inside a pitch-black, suffocating cloud of ash. If you are close enough to see the individual bolts, you are already well within the danger zone of the volcanic flow. But while volcanic lightning is rare, our next entry happens in the open ocean and has been the silent killer of sailors for centuries. Number 9. Rogue waves. For decades, scientists thought rogue waves were just tall tales told by terrified sailors. They were dismissed as exaggerations, until 1995, when a laser sensor on an oil rig recorded a single 85-foot wave in an area where waves were only 30 feet. These are massive vertical walls of water that appear out of nowhere. They aren't caused by earthquakes, which makes them unpredictable. They occur when smaller waves overlap and combine into one monster. A rogue wave doesn't just lift a ship, it hits it with the force of a falling building, snapping massive cargo ships in half instantly. If you think the ocean is unpredictable, wait until you see what happens when a wildfire takes flight. Number 8. Fire whirls. In the firefighting world, there is nothing more feared than the Firenado. A fire whirl occurs when intense rising heat from a wildfire meets turbulent, rotating winds. This creates a spinning vortex of flame that can reach 1,000 feet in height and temperatures over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. These aren't just stationary pillars, they are mobile and predatory. They can lift burning logs and hurl them miles away, starting new fires that trap residents and emergency crews. It is a literal firestorm that breathes and moves on its own. Fire is a fast killer, but our next phenomenon is a silent stalker that creates an underwater finger of death. Number 7. Brinicles. Deep under the polar ice caps, there is a phenomenon that looks like science fiction. A brinicle, or sea icicle, forms when extremely cold. Salty water leaks out of the ice. Because this brine is denser than seawater, it sinks. As it descends, it instantly freezes the fresher water it touches, forming a hollow tube of ice. Once it hits the seabed, a web of ice spreads out across the floor. It is a silent killer, encasing starfish and urchins in a living tomb of ice. From the silent depths of the ocean, we move to the high plains, where the sky is about to turn a sickly shade of green. Number 6. Supercell thunderstorms. A supercell is the general of all storms. It is defined by a deep rotating updraft called a mesocyclone. To look at one is to see the sheer scale of atmospheric power. They often resemble giant, multi-layered alien motherships. Supercells are responsible for nearly all of the world's giant hail and the most violent tornadoes ever recorded. When you see a supercell and the sky takes on that eerie neon green glow, it is the ultimate warning sign that a catastrophe is coming. But even a supercell has a limit. Our next phenomenon can cover an entire state in a wall of grit. Number 5. Haboobs. A haboob is a massive, violent dust storm. It happens when a large thunderstorm collapses, sending a burst of cold air slamming into the desert floor. This air rushes forward, picking up millions of tons of dust. This creates a solid wall of debris 5,000 feet high and 100 miles wide. Within seconds, daylight is replaced by total darkness. You cannot see your hand in front of your face. The fine dust penetrates everything, making it impossible to breathe and carrying dangerous bacteria into the lungs. Number 4. Ball lightning. This is the most mysterious entry on our list. For centuries, people have reported glowing, spherical objects during thunderstorms. These balls of light can be the size of a tennis ball or a beach ball. Unlike standard lightning, ball lightning can persist for over a minute. Reports describe them floating through closed windows or drifting down the aisles of airplanes. They often emit a hissing sound and a smell of sulfur before vanishing or exploding with the force of a grenade. Scientists still can't fully explain what they are. While ball lightning is small and agile, our next entry is a slow-moving giant that freezes the world in its tracks. Number 3. Ice storms. A blizzard is loud, but an ice storm is eerie and silent. It happens when rain enters a supercooled state and freezes instantly upon contact with any surface. This creates a heavy layer of clear ice known as glaze. The weight is what makes this deadly. A thin layer of ice adds hundreds of pounds to power lines and branches. In major storms, the only sound is the constant cracking of ancient trees snapping like toothpicks. It turns the world into a beautiful but lethal crystal prison. We've covered ice and fire, but we haven't discussed the most violent wind speeds ever recorded. Number 2. F5 tornadoes. The F5 tornado is the finger of God. These are the rarest and most violent storms in existence, with wind speeds exceeding 300 miles per hour. At these speeds, the physics of the world changes. An F5 doesn't just damage a house, it wipes the foundation clean. It can lift 20-ton freight cars and toss them like toys. There is no surviving an F5 above ground. Your only hope is to be deep in the earth, praying that the storm passes quickly. But as terrifying as an F5 is, there is one weather event so massive, it makes every other storm look like a light drizzle. Number 1. Hypercanes. At the top of our list is a phenomenon that has not occurred in human history, but physics says it is possible. It's called a hypercane. A normal hurricane is fueled by 80-degree water. A hypercane requires ocean temperatures to hit nearly 120 degrees, likely triggered by a massive underwater eruption or asteroid strike. A hypercane would be the size of a continent with winds over 500 miles per hour, faster than a jet engine. More terrifyingly, it would push aerosols so high into the atmosphere that it would strip away the Earth's ozone layer. Survivors would be exposed to lethal doses of radiation. It is a weather event that wouldn't just destroy a city, it would trigger a planetary mass extinction.